I spoke to Jeff, and then we pretty much ended the call on the end of the interview, and it was kind of a debate for about a month, really, more or less for like, you know, it was just, I guess you could say it started off kind of questioning this, because of course I didn't know what was really going on, but it was more of like a personal battle at the end of it. So it shows you, like, you think that that you have the, you know, like, ability to kind of sit there and, you know, just tough everything out, or you might be somewhat trained in something, so you're like, okay, this is gonna be it, you know, they're gonna have to work hard to break. But it took day 0 into day 1 doing burpees where I finally started feeling the weight, and it became a lot more real, especially when, you know, my legs wanted to do what they wanted to do. Went back and forth, and then finally decided to bite the bullet and really experience the full, I guess you could say, well, what they would have in the week, like the full force of the week, and seeing where my training that I've been doing for the past 6 years in Systema had measured up to it. And I measured up, but more along the lines of like, how knowledgeable, how well can I do in this under a different environment entirely. And I did some, you know, I did some things where it was like I was shocking myself. It was more mental, right, than anything else. Like, I realized once I got here, it's not about trying to win the week. You need to win the day, you need to win the minute, and then that's going to prolong into the timeline that you're looking for, which would be the week. And so that was the hardest thing, was telling my body to keep moving even when it was just shutting down, and it felt like it was just depleting. And I gave it my all, you know, as much as I could. It was a challenge for sure. The process is definitely a process, and it will find your weakness, and it's gonna allow you to examine yourself, and you will pull certain things from it. One of the things I found was really just, you know, from watching these different guys, you know, on the SEAL teams and everything like that, and what they go through. I experienced, you know, 2 days of it. Yeah, about a day and a quarter. And immediately you realize the threshold of which you have to live up to and perform at. So it gets very challenging. But if you know, have an open mind and you have the willpower to do it, you're able to do it. You just have to be determined and know why you're here, because if not, it's just gonna eat you up and spit you right back out. I have a better understanding of my resolve and my grit towards what I was doing. It affected me pretty heavily physically, but what shocked me was actually how much control I had over my mind in the process of doing these different exercises and doing these different things to keep going, to understand that when you're in that moment, it's more, it's willpower. It's willpower and determination, and just the fact that you keep that image in your head, and if you feel like you can't make it, you see the pebble in front of you, make it to the pebble. You see the stick out after that, and you make it to the stick. It's about winning the minute. The more you try to focus on winning 7 days, it'll become a daunting task and a near impossible task to complete. So definitely learned more about just keeping your calm, keeping your cool, and then working with the minute you have, being present, and then of course seeing the achievements for personal growth and for physical and mental. It was very, to me, very satisfying.